Hello, Newcastle fans. Today, the atmosphere is all about decision time. The season is coming to an end, and we're going to talk about the three most important stories of the day involving the Magpies. And the third one is an absolute bombshell that's shaking the whole fan base. Gary Neville made a prediction that could change everything in the race for the Champions League, and Newcastle is right at the heart of it. But before we reveal what he said, there are two huge stories you need to know to fully understand what's at stake. So stick around until the end. Story 1. Isaac's injury scare before the decisive match. We start with news that has Newcastle fans on edge. Alexander Isak, the team's top scorer this season, might miss the last and most crucial match of the Premier League against Everton. Yes, him of all people. It all happened on Saturday before the game against Arsenal. Isak travelled with the squad to London, but after the training session, he felt some discomfort in his groin. The coaching staff didn't want to take any chances and sent him for precautionary scans. The result? He was ruled out of the match. And what happened next? Newcastle lost 1-0 with a second-half goal from Declan Rice. And here's the worrying part. Every time Isak hasn't played, the team's performance has dipped sharply. In the 4 games he missed this season, Newcastle failed to win any of them. And guess how many goals they scored in those matches? Just one, a penalty by Anthony Gordon in the draw against Manchester City. In other words, Isak's presence makes a massive difference. And now, with Champions League qualification on the line, Newcastle must beat Everton at all costs. If he doesn't play, it's going to be a huge blow. Manager Eddie Howe spoke after the Arsenal game and said he still doesn't know whether the Swede will be available. He said it doesn't look like anything serious or surgical, but they need to monitor it closely over the coming days. The problem is that groin injuries are tricky. A player might feel fine one day, but a single wrong movement could bring the pain back. Meanwhile, Callum Wilson is likely to step in. The veteran started against Arsenal but couldn't really make an impact. And there's more. This could be his final appearance in a Newcastle shirt, as his contract expires on the 30th of June. So that's the situation. Isak's availability is a big question mark, and fans are understandably nervous. The mission is to beat Everton, and doing it without the team's main striker could be a massive challenge. Story 2. Bruno Guimaraes calls on the fans to make history. After the tough 1-0 defeat to Arsenal, one of the first reactions came from someone who always wears his heart on his sleeve. Bruno Guimaraes, Newcastle's number 39, a true leader on the pitch, didn't waste any time and went straight to social media with an emotional message. He asked for something simple but powerful, for the fans to turn St. James Park into a cauldron for the final match of the season against Everton. According to him, the crowd support will be absolutely essential to push the team towards victory. And is spot on. Newcastle head into the last round needing only themselves to secure, at the very least, 5th place in the Premier League, which would mean qualification for next season's Champions League. So beating Everton at home is all that matters now. No room for mistakes. And Bruno knows that. He even wrote that the team deserved more against Arsenal. But now it's time to turn the page and look ahead. The match against Everton will be a true final, and he wants the stadium to be rocking, every fan playing their part in the stands. And is not alone in thinking that. Manager Eddie Howe also spoke about it. He said he expects an incredible atmosphere at St. James Park and believes the team will feed off the positive energy from the crowd. According to him, the players are already used to big games at home, and this one will be the biggest of all. Howe also said that despite the frustration of the Arsenal loss, the squad will use that as fuel to push the win in the season finale. And he promised, the team will give everything on the pitch with passion, focus, and heart. So that's it. Bruno has set the tone, and now it's a collective mission. Fans and players united like never before. Because as he himself said, together we are stronger. And with St. James Park buzzing, anything is possible. Story 3. Gary Neville's explosive Champions League prediction. Here it is, the most anticipated part of the video, the top story of the day. And it involved a heavyweight of English football, Gary Neville, former Manchester United player, winner of everything with the Red Devils, and now one of Sky Sports' most respected pundits. During a live debate, Neville got straight to the point. He believes that Newcastle United will qualify for the next Champions League. And that's not all. He even predicted who'll miss out. Let's break it down. Here's the situation. 5 clubs are fighting for just 3 European spots. And it's incredibly tight. Only 1 point separates 3rd from 7th. That's right, 1 single point. At the moment, Newcastle are in 3rd place, level on 66 points with Chelsea 4th and Aston Villa 5th, but ahead on goal difference. Right behind them is Manchester City with 65 points in the game in hand. And don't forget Nottingham Forest, who are still in the mix. So what did Neville say? According to him, City and Newcastle will both secure qualification, even with a table this close. And here's the twist. He thinks Aston Villa could sneak into the final spot, leaving Chelsea and Nottingham Forest out of the Champions League. Just imagine the joy among Newcastle fans and the panic from Chelsea supporters. Neville believes that, despite their recent cup final disappointment, Manchester City still have enough in the tank to beat Bournemouth and Fulham in their final games. As for Newcastle, he's confident they'll do the job at home against Everton and secure their place in Europe's elite. And speaking of the big finale, Eddie Howe also commented on the dramatic run-in. He said the team never got complacent despite their strong position in the table, and they always knew it would go down to the wire. According to him, the players are focused, committed, and ready to give everything in one final push. The message was clear. Newcastle will go all out against Everton, and with the fans behind them, they really could write another historic chapter. The truth is, no one expected such a tense and thrilling end to the season. Every goal will matter. Every minute will be crucial. And with big names like Gary Neville backing the Magpies, it's okay to dream big. Now it's just a matter of waiting for Sunday, when St. James Park will be shaking. And who knows, when the final whistle blows, Newcastle might officially be back in the biggest competition in European football. So that's it, Toon fans. The season is coming to a dramatic end. Now I want to know, do you think Newcastle will make it to the Champions League? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of the thrilling final episodes of this season. See you next time.